Sam Hugan has had a turbulent year. Between his lead role in the Royal Shakespeare Company's Macbeth promotion and the weight of constant rumors, his schedule has become a stressful juggling act, with no room for rest. Macbeth requires extraordinary endurance, long nights of intense acting, followed by days spent in interviews, photo shoots, and press conferences. Audiences only see the confident, strong Sam Heughan on stage. What they don't see are the missed meals, the exhausted nights spent sitting silently backstage, and the fatigue that is slowly wearing him down. But off stage, the pressure of rumors is even heavier. For months, articles and social media have been relentlessly focused on Sam's personal life, his love life, his backstage conflicts, even his health. Every candid photo, every glance exchanged with colleagues is scrutinized and dissected. Sam had dealt with rumors before, but this time was different. It was so invasive that it left him physically and mentally exhausted. That night, the theater was packed. Audiences, critics, VIPs were eagerly awaiting the next explosive performance. Sam arrived early, rehearsed, the sword fight warmed up his voice. But then a perceptive backstage staff member noticed him moving slowly, his shoulders heaving. "A long week?" the person asked. Sam forced a smile. "Maybe." Just before curtain call, dressed as Macbeth, he suddenly sat down, clutching his chest. The stage manager immediately called the paramedics, and within minutes the decision was made: Sam could not go on stage. He was taken out of the theater, away from the press, and rushed straight to the hospital. Meanwhile, in London, Caitríona Balfe had just finished a long day of work. As she was getting ready to rest, her phone rang, a call from her close friend in the theater world. "Caitríona, something's happened. Sam's in the hospital. He collapsed right before the show." The air was silent for a beat. The first question that escaped her lips: "Is it serious?" Her friend replied, "They're checking him out. He's conscious, but he's not stable." What almost no one knew was that Caitríona was in the early months of her pregnancy, a secret she and her family kept a quiet joy. But for her, the news that Sam had to be in the hospital was something she couldn't sit still. Although she knew that pregnancy required abstinence, rest, and stress, in that moment all she could think about was the image of Sam alone in the hospital bed. Her partner intervened softly, advising, "It's late and the road is long. You should stay home and stay healthy." Caitríona squeezed her husband's hand, her voice determined, "I'll be careful. But I have to get there." The night train rolled silently, the lights of London fading to the quiet, dark fields. Caitríona placed one hand on her stomach, the other on her phone, waiting for each update. She hadn't called the hospital in advance, both to avoid the reporters and to keep the moment completely private. As the hospital lights came into view, she took a deep breath. She didn't know what state she would find Sam in, but she knew her presence was important. It was past visiting hours, but when the receptionist heard Caitríona Balfe's name, she nodded slightly. She walked down the long hallway, her footsteps echoing in the silence. Before the door to her room, Caitríona paused for a few seconds, not out of hesitation, but to regain her composure. She didn't want Sam to see the worry on her face before she could reassure him. In the room, Sam lay on the bed, his face pale, his hand absent-mindedly scrolling through his phone. When he saw her, his eyes widened. "Kate, why are you—" She walked quickly towards him. "Don't say anything. You look terrible." Half joking, half serious, but her voice trembled slightly. Sam recognized it immediately. He saw something hidden in her eyes that was unspoken. At that moment, Caitríona stood by the bed, her hands on the cold bedpost. She wanted to hold him, wanted to tell him everything, but she held back. What mattered now was Sam's health, even as she struggled with her own limits. "You don't have to come," Sam whispered. "Yes," she said firmly. "I have to come." They talked for a bit, but the atmosphere was thick with emotion. Sam didn't know she was pregnant, nor did she know that Caitríona's presence was not just a comfort, but a testament to the depth of their bond. Out in the hallway, rumors began to spread. A nurse recognized Caitríona, and then the first social media post appeared. Caitríona Balfe was just seen in the hospital visiting Sam Hugan. She looked emotional. The next morning, a blurry photo from the hallway went viral. Caitríona sitting by the bed, holding Sam's hand through the railing, her head slightly bowed. The photo exploded across the forums. Entertainment news site headlined Caitríona Balfe rushes to hospitalize Sam Hugan. Emotional image raises questions about actress's health. On the fan forum, sharp-eyed people noticed she was wearing loose clothing, sparking pregnancy rumors. Some believed, others denied, but the seeds of doubt had been sown. Sam, though touched by Caitríona's appearance, began to worry. He looked at her tiredly and asked, "You shouldn't have driven this far. You look exhausted." She smiled slightly. "I'm fine. I just need to see you safe." But in her heart, Caitríona knew she had made a risky choice. The right decision, but not an easy one. The next day, paparazzi were on standby outside the hospital. Caitríona avoided most of them, but a close-up photo captured her rushing to her car, one hand unconsciously placed on her stomach. The photo immediately went viral. Fans were divided. Some cheered the possibility of her pregnancy, others criticized the press for invading her privacy. In the hospital room, Sam quietly read the news. He was both angry that Caitríona had been caught up in the whirlwind of rumors, and he felt more relieved than ever. "She gave me something no doctor could, peace. And maybe that helped me recover faster," he told a friend. 2 days later, Sam posted a photo on Instagram, him sitting up, Caitríona next to him, both raising cups of tea. The caption read, "Recovering thanks to the wonderful care of the hospital team. And the person who came when I needed it most. I owe you, Kate." Caitríona simply reposted with a heart emoji. She made no mention of the pregnancy rumors. She didn't need to. On the day she was discharged, Caitríona arranged for a private car and assistant to take Sam home safely. She returned to London quietly, avoiding public appearances. The rumors have not disappeared but gradually give way to admiration. One newspaper wrote, "Such devotion is rare in the world of showbiz." Whether the rumors about Caitríona are true or not, the important thing is that she puts others before herself. A friendship, a bond that is hard to fade. Sam returned to the stage, slowly but steadily. Caitríona still asked about him often, but always kept her attention on him. Close friends, those who knew she was pregnant, could not hide their admiration. The way Caitríona balanced between protecting her health and accompanying Sam was not simply friendship. It was a silent pact. No matter what storms came, they would always be there for each other. And then, in the entertainment world, where every gesture is scrutinized as news, it was the quiet actions that shone most brightly. Caitríona's decision that night was not for the camera, nor was it to create a headline. It was born of trust, of shared history, of an emotional bond that did not waver under pressure. While the world talked about the loose dress, there was only one truth in that hospital room. She was there when she was needed most, no matter the cost. The stage lights had barely turned on when a shocking incident happened backstage. Sam Hugan, the famous star of Outlander, collapsed right before the show. The bad news spread overnight, shocking the entire entertainment industry. But the most surprising thing was not Sam's exhaustion, but the figure of a woman appearing in the hospital in the middle of the night. Caitríona Balfe, her co-star, her companion for many years, was there despite all the risks. Even when she was hiding a huge secret of her life. As soon as the photo of Caitríona holding Sam's hand tightly on the hospital bed was leaked, social media exploded. The biggest question was What was really going on between them? And why did Caitríona's appearance make the whole world so excited?